welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I am that lady, Miss Nicole, coming at you today with another topic that is near and dear to my spirit. So today, let's get into it. I want to talk to you ladies about why you should wait to have children. I know this is like a popular topic, because a lot of y'all already done had kids. Some of y'all on y'all second child, some of y'all on y'all third child, some of y'all on your fourth, fifth, sixth child. But what I want to talk to the ones, you ladies who's just starting out, and if you know a young teen that's out here in the street, she's getting ready to, you think that she's about to be sexually active, put her down with the Average Woman Podcast so she can get some knowledge, and and tell your daughter this. Let your daughters know the truth. Okay, so it's easy to get out here and get in these streets and start having sex. One of the most easiest things you're going to be able to do in life is find some cock. Period. But having sex, painting your face up, going to the club, having a job, none of that stuff make you grown. That's not being a grown woman. So my desperate plea to you is to let you ladies tell your girls to wait. Tell your girls to wait until they are in a relationship with a man that wants to be with them, that is interested in them, so that they can have good results. We got to stop allowing our daughters to be out here just doing whatever they want, not listening to us, and then later on in life they miserable. You already know you not about to help nobody because you ain't babysitting, because you trying to get your youth back. So tell the girls the truth. Tell them to slow down they roll. Tell them don't start having babies so quickly. Tell them. Because that's the only thing that's going to really help us break these generational curses of teenage moms when that's something that could be totally prevented. It could be totally prevented if we learn to teach our daughters the right way. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm the Average Woman Podcast. I'm Miss Nicole. If you need some assistance, NicoleArcher.com is where I am, where you can find my business page. I have a YouTube page. I upload all my podcasts to YouTube, video, edit them. They're wonderful. The Average Woman channel. I also have some great gardening videos for you women that feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. Check out my garden videos, and we will be right back after these messages. Thank you so much once again. All right, and we are back. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's be about this. Let's be about this work now. So you should wait to have children until you find the right guy, until you're in the relationship, until you have a stable roof over your head, until you have able to provide for your child, until you done got all your partying out the way, until you are mentally ready, until you fixed yourself. I know that's a lot, but that's the truth. It's easy to get pregnant in your 20s. It's easy to get pregnant at 15, 16. Come on, ladies. Y'all can do anything in this world, but y'all act like ain't no way y'all can stop yourselves from having kids. Come on. Come on. Now, we know that we all know the way to not get pregnant. I got a video on that. How to not get pregnant. It's very simple not to get pregnant until you're ready. You ladies, you jump out here way too soon, start having kids. And what you're doing and why it's such a problem is because you totally are ignoring the struggles that your mom went through with you. How can you ignore the struggles that your mother went through with you and go out here and do the same thing that your mama did? Your mama had you when she was 15, 16, 17, late 20s. Early 20s. So why would you do that? Don't repeat the same cycle, ladies. We have got to teach our daughters, look, I know you feel that monkey tingling inside and all this here, but let me tell you something. You want to slow your roll. It's not as fun as it's cracked up to be to just start having kids. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you to somewhere to help you take care of somebody else's kids so you can understand what you about to go through. I think one of the best forms of birth control is to have, after you done had your kids and then you have that last one, and you put that last child on them other girls or boys to raise. I think that's one of the best forms of birth control ever, because you never understand the gravity of having children and children, of the needs of children until you have to go through that stuff yourself. And once you have to go through it yourself, you have a profound understanding of, ooh, I don't want to do this too soon. Because that's what that's for. A lot of us, we get curious. We think that, kids we want somebody to love us. That is so selfish for you to bring a child into this world because you want somebody to love you. You got to love yourself first, because that child needs you to love them unconditionally, without being in your feelings, without in the mood, you ain't in the mood and all this stuff, without cussing them out because they need the minimum for you. You have to have patience with them. And you are not ready at 19 to have kids. You're not ready at 18. You're not ready at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Some of you not till 25, 26. But the first thing you do is go out here and fool yourself like, I can handle this. You can't. You can't. Because number one, you need someone there to take care of your child who is going to be responsible enough to love your child the way that you're supposed to love them. And ain't nobody going to love your child like you going to love them. That's why everybody want to be a stay-at-home mom when they have kids. I want to be able to stay home with my kids. Well, reality is that unfortunately, the way society is these days, it's hard to stay home with your kid and not work if you're a single parent. It's damn near impossible. So my advice to you is to just slow your roll. I watched my mom get pregnant. Well, my mom got pregnant with me when she was 16. Okay, then she got pregnant with my sister at 17, and then with my brother at like 21. And then with my other sister, probably like in her early 30s. So what I'm telling you is, by the time she had my final sister, we kind of like took care of her. That was like our daughter to raise, because she was out here doing her thing. And that's the same pressure that y'all gonna put on y'all kids. Once you done had that baby at 15, you got your 15-year-old growing up with you. Because, you're 15 and you got a baby growing up with you, watching you make all kind of foolish mistakes. You ain't even in the right state of mind. And you selfish because you still thinking about all the things that you want to do. All the places that you want to go. You're not thinking, I done made this child, so now my focus has got to be all the things that I want to see my baby accomplish. You're not thinking like that. You're still thinking about yourself, which is a major problem, because this child needs you to think about them, not think about yourself. The child needs you to think about them and to have your undivided attention. But they're not going to get that kind of attention if you're still thinking about what you need and what you want. And that's why you need to wait to have a child, because you selfish as fuck. You barely want to keep your room clean, let alone take care of a baby. Having children means you give up your life. You give up all that you want, and you do what's best for your child. Not worry about you, because it's not about you no more. You got a whole nother person that you're supposed to be responsible for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no break. There is no breaks. There is no day off. There is no I don't feel like it or I don't want to do. And that's what mama forgot to tell y'all. Having a child is a responsibility. Providing a safe roof over your children's head, making sure that your children are raised up right, and also putting food in their bellies, clothes on their backs, and shoes on their feet. That's just the bare minimum. That's nothing. Paying your bills, that's nothing. That's nothing. The greatest work that you're going to ever do is to raise your kids up right, to be able to be an asset to you in the later days. Meaning that they got their life in order and they came up right. And they married and stable. That's the greatest thing that you ever going to do with your life. These jobs and all this other stuff y'all chasing after, this don't mean nothing. Your kids is everything. Your children are everything. And they deserve the best from you every day. They deserve to be able to come to you and state their opinions about things, and you listen to them and be ready with an answer and be ready to respond and react accordingly. They should not have to go to school with the same pair of shoes on for the whole school year. They should have at least a couple of pair of shoes to every 3 months. 2 to 3 pair of shoes every 2 to 3 months. Because they wear their shoes every day. They should have clean clothes. No child should go to school hungry. I don't even understand that. Because you know why? Because that's how our moms did us. The stuff that your mom did to you that you feel like held you back, you should not do your child like that. You should fight tooth and nail to raise your child totally different from the way that your mama raised you. I mean, totally. If your mama raised you in the project, you should not want to be in the projects. If you wasn't good at math, you should raise your child to be excellent in math. You put somebody in their life who know how to add or subtract so that they'll be better than you. You should want to see your child succeed and be better than you. But that's the kind of mindset you got to be in when you have these kids. When you laying down with these men, you're not thinking. You're not thinking about the outcome. You're just thinking about that feel-good moment. And sex is not designed just for you to feel good. It's not for that. It's not to feed your sexual desires. Sex is to reproduce and make children, to carry on our nation, to carry on our legacy and our family name. That's what children are for. Children should not be brought into this world because mama's so hot in the ass, she went out one night and had sex from a guy and she don't even know his last name. What kind of pride and what kind of example are you setting for your kid when you do stuff like that? And then you want your child to respect you. How? How? Because once they wake up to who you really are, your respect level gonna drop to little or nothing. That's why you can't tell your teenage kids nothing now. Because in the beginning, you was trying to be their friend. You want to be their partner, their homegirl. You done did all kind of stuff in front of them. You done said all kind of stuff to them. You done talk shit about everybody who they know. And now in the later days, they ain't got no respect for you. You can't tell them nothing. And the reason why is because along the way, you didn't realize that you was being a damn fool. You didn't realize you was being a fool. And now in the later days, your kids and y'all, you don't have no relationship with your kids. And they hate your guts. You can't even get them to bring you a glass of water. They don't want you to go run through thousands of men. You done had all kind of uncles coming out the house. They done seen you fighting. They done took all kind of losses with you. Do you still think that somebody's supposed to respect you knowing that you a fool? That is not how the game works. Respect is earned. You want your kids to respect you. And even in the later days, you telling them all kind of lies and shit. Oh, your dad, he was this. Nah, tell the truth. I slept with his best friend. He found out. He cut me off. That's what happened. I'm not even sure if he your daddy or if his friend is. I don't know. But you shouldn't want to have a story like that to tell your kid. You should want to be the best woman that you can be. You got to get your mind right first before you start bringing these babies into this world. Because it matters. We got kids running around here taking each other's lives and they have no remorse. They don't even look at we don't even look at each other as humans anymore. All it is just a F you. I mean, period. And it's because we've done this to ourselves with these kids. We feel like can't nobody tell us nothing, so you can. Once you feel like can't nobody tell you nothing, that's how the kids feel too. Can't nobody tell them nothing. Our kids, some of these kids ain't gonna stop murdering one another. Period. Because they can't be changed. They can't stop. Because they was raised with so much hatred to hate themselves that they don't even understand the value of life. So they have no knowledge of how to heal or to make anything better in our community whatsoever. So they are totally useless to the movement of our people at all. And some of you women made those children. Some of y'all made these children. Because y'all out here, you so selfish. You don't love them. You raising your kids eating noodles every day because you don't want to cook. Half of you can't even cook and won't even try. But you out here having sex. Sex produces children. Sex produces children. If you don't want to have children, you're not going to be able to have sex right now. There is no such thing as a sex life. And we're going to talk about a sex life on my next episode, because there is no such thing as a sex life. All right? My main focus for you is for you not to regret having children at an age that you're not prepared and run your man off. You got to, even when you do get a man, you got to pause and allow your relationship to grow a little before you just start instantly having kids. At least allow the man to put a solid foundation and roof over your head. Be responsible. Be responsible. There's nothing wrong with showing up as the happy couple who don't have any kids right now. We're living, we're trying to build, and bring the kids into the picture at the right time, when both of y'all got some PTO time to take off, so both of y'all can raise the kids and love on the kids. You think that the daddy want to just work his whole life and not be able to spend time and love on his kids? That's not how it works. But you got to think about that. And with that, I say shalom. And ladies, it's all love. Think about your actions before you do them. And this is the Average Woman Podcast. I'm signing out. Take care.